Hello everyone, my name's Jay and I'm going to be leading you through a 20-minute-ish fit flow workout. We're going to be doing about 10 minutes of high intensity interval training followed by about 10 minutes of some gentle yoga to stretch into the spaces we have been working. This is a great workout to do first thing in the morning. You can do it to counteract the midday slump. It's also awesome to do with all of your family if you're watching this at home. So we're going to start with the workout. You're going to start just taking our nice easy march, lifting the knees, moving the arms, and then keep the legs going. We're going to start to make some big circles with the arms. And then take them back. Make them really big. Good, we're going to bring the hands down to our hips and we're going to start to open up the hips by opening the gates, circling the knees out. And then from here, we're going to start to do a few hamstring curls to warm up the hamstrings. You're going to start to, you can use the arms as well, start to bring the heels to the butt, crossing the hands in front of the chest, moving the shoulder blades towards each other, keeping the chest lifted and the belly in. Feel your hamstrings getting nice and warm. And then bring the knees to the front. You can alternate the hands. Now make sure you're bringing your knees as high as your hips to start to warm into those hip flexors. Beautiful. And now we are going to take some twists before we start to move into our first exercise, which is going to be squats. We're going to start now. Take your feet hip distance apart. You're going to start to sit your hips back. Keep the chest lifted, the belly's coming away from the thighs, weights in the heels, sitting down quite low. Beautiful. We're coming up to our first rest. Okay, just give everything a shake. We're going to do those squats again. So we're doing 20 seconds off. With 10 seconds, 20 seconds on with 10 seconds off. Here we go again with our squats. Sit the hips back. Now you can start to get a little bit deeper as the body gets a bit warmer. Squeeze the glutes as you're standing up. Hug the belly. You've got about 5 seconds here. Here we are. This is 3, 2, 1. Okay, give your legs another little shake. You should be starting to feel warmer already. Got one more round of squats. Check your feet at hip distance, the weight's in the heels, the butt's going back, the belly is in, the chest is lifting. So if you can see me, I can see you. Last 5 seconds or so here. Beautiful, you're doing great. Sit the hips low. Fabulous, that's our squats done. So our next exercise now is going to be some star jumps or jumping jacks. I've got 2 options for you. I've got a high impact option. So if you want to start jumping already, we're going to start here. But if you want to keep it low, you're just going to tap out. Still bring the arms up. So choose which option you want to do and come with me now. Jumping jacks. We've got 20 seconds. So make sure you're landing quite softly on the balls of your feet. Knees are bent, arms are reaching. Should be starting to feel that your heart rate's coming up now, like mine. Good, that's your rest. Give everything a shake. Now, when we stop for our rest, we don't want to stop completely. We want to keep moving just a little bit. This is our second round. Here we go. So this is when 20 seconds starts to feel like quite a long time. Landing softly, abs are tight. Navel's drawing in, arms are lifting. Beautiful. Keep going. What have we got? 3 seconds. 2, 1. Fabulous. You've got one more round of this. Remember that you can keep it low impact as well. The arms are still coming over the head, so you're still getting your heart rate up. So I'm going to stay here for this last one. My arms are still reaching. I'm tapping as far out as I can. Knees are bending, belly is in. We've got 10 more seconds. Maybe for these last 5, I can switch it up. Beautiful, that's that interval done too. It's going really quickly. Our next exercise is a side lunge. Starts to work into our inner thighs. We just keep the belly and the chest up. I'll show you. We're going to step out to the side. You're going to sit the hips back, chest stays lifted. Come back to the center. And then go to the other side. Now if you want, you can start to fly the arms behind you. Keep the fingers long. Chest is lifted. Really bend deeply into the knee you are moving towards. Both feet are staying flat. Good. Keep breathing as well. There we are. That's our first interval done. We've got 2 more of these. Keep your feet moving. Keep breathing. This is our last interval here. We're going to come back to those star jumps, jumping jacks. Remember that you can take it down, so you can be tapping it out. Arms still overhead. That gets the heart rate up. Doing what feels good for you this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're doing it. Good, that's our last one. We're moving on to side lunges. We're going to come to the center and we're going to step side to side. As we step out, we're going to sit the hips back, keep the chest lifted. We're going to go. Down we come. And then come back to center. Back to center. Now you can start to extend the arms behind you. You might want to add some weights at home if you wanted. Then the elbows are going back, the arms are extending, the belly is in. Good, keep going. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. It's a nice little recovery interval. You can roll the shoulders, bring the arms across the chest, but just keep moving. Here's the second interval, side lunges. Now this time, you can make some fists and do some bicep curls as you step to the side. You can add in some bottles of water, a couple of cans of beans, whatever you have. Or nothing, just use your fists. Side to side, hips go back, chest is lifted. Beautiful, we've got 1 more round of these. Getting ready, 5 seconds left, set yourself up, middle, step to the side. Maybe you do both arms. So one side you come up to a bicep curl, then you extend into the triceps. Whoop. Can get a bit confused. Good. Beautiful. That's it, that's those 3 intervals done. So that was a bit of a recovery round. This next 3 intervals, we're going to be doing wide squat jumps. So with this, the feet are quite wide. The heels are in, toes are out. You're still going to sit the hips back. I'm going to touch down. We're going to lift. Let's go. Down, up, down. Now, if you don't want to add the jump, just come up onto your tiptoes. But still really extend through the body. The belly's in. It's the hips that are driving back. Want to make sure that the knees and the ankles stay in line. Good, that's our first one done. Okay. Heels in, toes out. Tailbone lengthen, belly in. Here we go again, second one. Down, up. Now when you're landing, land softly back into your squat. 5 seconds left here. Keep going, you can do it. 3, you're doing an awesome job. 2, and 1. Great job. You should be feeling quite breathless now. This is the last one. Heels in, toes out. Sit the hips down. You can lift. You can hop. You can do both. Alternate. Down. Whoop. Down. Just as long as you keep moving. Great job. Our next exercise is a rope climb. 2 options again. You can either, so imagine that you're climbing a rope and you can just lift the knees. without the jump. Elbows staying quite close to the body. Or you can lift the knees with a little hop. Come with me now. Here we go. 20 seconds. Climb that rope. Up you come. Knees up. Arms up. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Belly in. Smiles on. 5 more seconds or so. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. So you should feel that we're really at the peak of the interval training here. You can hear it in my breath. Here we go again. Rope climb, number 2. Remember that you can keep it low impact. With the arms moving like they're moving, you're still working hard. Again, if you've got weights or anything you can use for weights, you can add them in. Knees as high as the hips. And make sure you can see your toenails when you lift your knees. Good job. We've got 1 more round of rope climbing. So choose which option you're going to take. Here we go now. I'm going to take the high impact option. Reach and pull. It's just 20 seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds. Now it's 12. Keep going. Come on, you got this. Keep going. Awesome. Head up. Belly in. Knees high. Bit faster. Fabulous. Have a drink of water. Walk around. Shake the legs. Keep the feet moving as the heart rate settles. Okay, we're coming down to the floor. This is our last interval. We're doing push-ups. 2 options. Do them on your knees, or you can lift nice and high. I'm going to start on my knees. Belly in, chest forward, elbows coming out to the side. My chest leads the way. Breathing in and out. Nice and easy. Trying to regulate the heart rate. Keep pressing into all 4 fingers and thumb. Good. Have a rest. You can stress back. You can sit up. Stretch behind you. Okay, maybe we take it up this time. Hands nice and wide, maybe just off the mat if you're on a mat. Heels back. Hips high, belly in. Chest down. Keep going. Heart rate's probably still pretty high. Keep breathing. Good rest. This is it, last interval. This is the last one before we move into the yoga. This is short, sharp, quick. Here we go. I'm going to keep my knees down. Maybe you can play with the tempo. If you slow down, it gets a bit harder. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep going. The shoulder blades are stuck on your back. And there we are. That's the interval bit of this training done. Good job. You're going to move your way into a child's pose. Taking the knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. Start to reach the fingertips forward. The head comes down to your mat. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Allowing the breath to start to settle. Allowing the heart rate to start to fall. Taking another couple of breaths just here. And then as you feel the breath start to settle, just find your way up to a tabletop. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Maybe keep the toes tucked. And then just do a couple of cat and cows with your breath. So as you inhale, tailbone's lifting, belly drops. You can draw the shoulder blades together as the heart reaches forward. And then as you exhale, start to lengthen and round. Chin to the chest, really push the floor away, hug the belly in. Do that once more. Tailbone lifts, belly drops, shoulder blades towards each other, heart reaches. Exhale, round and round. And then from here, sliding the knees back, tucking the toes if they're not already, spreading the fingers, pushing the hip back, hovering the knees, and then slowly starting to lift the hips up and back. Start to pedal the feet out, compress the chest towards the thighs, nod and shake your head, just trying to find a little bit of space. in your back, in your neck, the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Should feel that the breath is a bit steadier. The heart rate's dropped down a little bit. This next breath, come to some stillness in your downward facing dog. You can reset. Press the floor away, roll the upper arm bones in, let the hips go up and back. And then on your next breath in, lift the heels. Let the heels start to drop over to your right. The edges of your feet are on your mat. Press the floor away, feel a stretch down the left side body. And then as you inhale, through center, exhale, let the heels drop over to the other side. And again, see if you can press the floor away and lift the hips a little bit higher to feel that stretch down the right side body. Inhale as you come back through center. And then you're going to roll yourself forward into plank. Use that whole breath to roll yourself forward. And then lower the knees, hug the elbows, lower the chest, all the way down to your belly. Press into the tops of your feet and walk your fingertips off your mat. Press into your fingertips. Draw the shoulders back and then start to peel the heart away as you find a stretch down the front line of the body. That should feel good. As you exhale, release it down. You're moving slowly. The breath has slowed. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale. Release it down. Then slide the hands back underneath the shoulder tips. Spread the fingers, pressing up through all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, find your way back to downward facing dog. A bit of movement again into the hamstrings. And then on this next breath, look to the top of your mat. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and then just slowly tiptoe your way to a forward fold. Toes landing behind your wrist creases. Then bend the knees quite deeply. Relax the head. Grab opposite elbows. And find a little sway from side to side. You can bend and lengthen into the legs. Feel the spine lengthening. Feel the spaces between the spine lengthen. You can switch the grip out. You can press the fingers into the elbows and feel that tension all the way up to the shoulders. And then releasing your hands towards your feet. And then slowly ragdolling up, softening the knees, drawing the navel in. Head, neck, and shoulders. They're going to roll up last. Roll the shoulder heads up and back and down. You can walk your feet together. Roll the shoulders again. Lengthen the tailbone down, hug the belly, lift the chest. Take a nice inhale, sweep the arms wide. Maybe gaze up. Let the right hand grab the left wrist. Take an inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, start to lean over. Feel a stretch down that left side body. Good, and then as you inhale, you're coming through center. Switch the grip. Use your inhale breath to lengthen. And then lean over to your left. And then as you inhale again, come back through center. This time, sweep the hands wide. Spread the fingers. Really stretch into those spaces. Take your hands to the low spine. Hug the elbows in. And then a little bit of pressure forward and down into the low spine to lift the chest. Feel a little bit of a supported back bend here. And then coming back to your Tadasana. Releasing the hands down, rolling the shoulders again a couple of times. Heart rate settled. Breath is steady. On your next inhale, sweep the arms high. Maybe gaze up. As you exhale, forward fold. Hinging at the hips, softening through the knees, crown of the head down. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway, hands to shins. Reach the crown of the head forward. As you exhale, release your fingertips down. Lift that right leg and step back with your right foot as far as you can. Lower that right knee down. Take and stay tucked, untucked. You're going to rise up into a low lunge. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward, lift. And then bring your left hand to your left thigh. Reach the right fingertips high. And then start to lean over to your left. You can drop a little bit into that front right hip flexor. Feel that stretch. And then as you inhale, come back to your low lunge. As you exhale, the hands come down to frame that front foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Press the right hand down really hard. Press the floor away. Sweep that left arm up. Gaze up. And then think about drawing that left hip back, hugging that belly. Should feel a bit of a stretch in that left outer hip. As you exhale, release that hand down. Plant both hands. Step out to plank. Now, from here in your plank, can lower to the floor, knees and chest. Nice and easy, using the whole of your breath. Press into the tops of your feet. Take an inhale, baby cobra. As you exhale, find your way to downward facing dog. Hips go high. Roll the upper arm bones in, hug the belly. Next, relaxed. On your next breath in, you're going to lift that left leg nice and high, bend the left knee, open up that left hip. Try to keep those shoulders squaring up to the top of your mat. And then circle your ankle, one direction. Circle it in the other direction. Take an inhale, lengthen that left leg long. And then you're going to look between your hands and just step that left foot all the way through. Drop that right knee down. Take an inhale, rise up again, low lunge. This time, sweep the hands behind you. Interlace the hands, draw the shoulders back. Reach the fist back, lift the heart space. Again, dropping down into that front hip. You can relax the head back and keep the chin tucked, but keep reaching, finding a stretch across the chest. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Hands come down to frame that front foot. Wiggle that left foot forward and finding a hamstring stretch. Now, you might not have blocks at home or wherever you're doing this. So you can bring the hands to the hips, press the left heel down, flex the left toes, and then just start to lean forward. Try and think about drawing that left heel back. You're going to hug the belly. The fingertips might touch down. You might find you've got some length and you can reach forward. I want you to feel sensation down the back of that left hamstring. Good, and then on that next inhale, then back into that left foot. This time, wiggle that left foot out to the edge of the mat. Bring the right hand down onto your mat. The left hand comes to the inseam, the inside edge of your thigh. Start to lift the instep, to roll the shoulder back. Keep the chest open. And gaze over that left shoulder. Breathe here, stretch into the hip. As you inhale, come back. Wiggle that foot forward. Hands come down, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. As you exhale, flex the left toes, forward fold over that left shin. Inhale, reach that heart space forward. And then as you exhale, you're going to step forward, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Then reach the hands behind you, interlace the hands, wiggle the feet a little bit further away from each other, bend the knees, let the arms come overhead. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. You can shake your head, nod your head. Let the arms reach over, feel that stretch, the shoulder blades moving towards each other. And then as you exhale, release down. You can walk the feet back together. And then again, ragdoll up. Soften the knees, draw the navel in, super slow, rounding through the spine. Taking an inhale, sweeping the arms up. As you exhale, draw the hands through, heart center. We'll just repeat that on the left side. Take an inhale, reach up. Make the arms as wide as you can. Maybe gaze up. As you exhale, forward fold. Soften here. Your next inhale finds you in Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, your fingertips are touching down, that left leg lifts this time. That left leg steps back. Drop the left knee down, stabilize through here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Draw the right hip back, left hip forward. And then that right hand can come to that right thigh as you start to lean over to your right. Can drop a little bit further down into that left hip, feeling a stretch down the front of the left hip. Breathing here. As you inhale, reach the arms up again. You might gaze up, lengthening the tailbone, hugging the belly. As you exhale, both hands come down to frame that front foot. Press the left hand down as you lift the left knee and then rotate, reaching the right arm up. Keep pulling that right hip back. Resist gravity. Press the floor away with your left hand. And then as you exhale, release that right hand down, step back. You're in a plank, high plank position. Take an inhale here. Tailbone lengthening, belly drawing in. As you exhale, lowering your knees and the chest. Pressing into the tops of your feet, taking an inhale. Bhujangasana, Cobra. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath cycle here. The breath now is steady. The heart rate should have dropped down a little bit more. As you inhale, lift that right leg nice and high. And then bend the right knee, opening up in the front of that right hip. Keep squaring your shoulders. And then circle your ankle. One direction, other direction. Take an inhale, lengthen the right leg nice and long. And then look to the top of your mat. You're going to step that right foot forward. You might need to give it a helping hand. That's fine. Drop that left knee down. Take an inhale, rise up again, low lunge. Sweep the hands behind you. Interlace the hands, but maybe switch the thumb and the fingers this time. Roll the shoulders back. Start to reach the fist back. Stretch across the chest. Maybe you lean forward into that left hip again. As you inhale, rise up the arms. As you exhale, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, that hamstring stretch, wriggle that right foot forward, flex the right toes. You might bring the hands to the hips, press the right heel down, square the hips up, belly in, and then start to lean. The hands might drop down onto your mat. You might grab a couple of rolled up towels or some books or your blocks. Keep drawing that right hip back. Keep flexing the right toes. On your next breath in, bend into that right foot. Walk the hands forward and then wriggle that right foot to the outside edge of your mat. Bring your right hand to the inside edge of that thigh. Roll the right shoulder back. Press the floor away. Twist. The instep of your right foot can lift so that the knee and the ankle stay in line. And then inhale as you come back. This time, the foot stays on the outside edge. You're going to tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Then we're going to step that left foot to the outside edge of the mat. So both hands are inside. You're going to try and wiggle down into our Malasana squat. Little wiggle. Bring the palms of the hands together. Press the triceps into the inner thighs. Lengthen the sit bones. Lift the chest. Feel the stretch in your hips here. You might close your eyes and take 3 or 4 full breaths here. Just feeling the sensation, stretching into the places, particularly when we were doing those jumping wide leg squats. Keep hugging the belly, lifting the heart space. As you exhale, release those hands down and then find your way to a forward fold. Crown of the head down. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. This time, root to rise. Press into your feet. Circle the arms wide. Circle them up. Palms to touch as you exhale. Hands come through heart center. You're going to move down to the floor. Take an inhale. Sweep the arms high. As you exhale, fold forward again. Take an inhale. Lengthen Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant both hands. You're going to step back all the way to a plank. Take an inhale at the top of your plank. And then as you exhale, lowering in one line, or again, knees and chest, all the way to the floor. We're finding a Sphinx pose, sliding the elbows underneath the shoulders, pressing into the forearms, pressing into the hands, pressing into the tops of the feet, engaging through the thighs, and then imagining that you're trying to pull the elbows back towards your hips as you reach the heart forward. Feel a stretch down the front line of the body. As you exhale, slowly releasing down onto your mat. Pushing up through all fours, and then very simply sitting on your hips, extending your legs forward, finding a twist. Start to draw the right heel towards your right sit bone, and then cross that right foot over the left thigh. Anchor the left heel, bring your right fingertips behind you, roll that shoulder back, lengthen through the left side, take an inhale breath, and then as you exhale, start to twist over to the right. You can hug that right knee. You can take your elbow to the outside edge. Reach those right fingertips back, relax the right shoulder, hug the belly, lift the chest. Take an inhale, puff the chest up. As you exhale, see if there's a little bit more rotation in the ribcage. Take another inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. And then as you inhale, slowly releasing, coming through center, releasing that right leg. We'll do the left side, the left heel draws in, cross it over that right thigh. Reach the left fingertips behind you, roll the left shoulder back. Flex and anchor the right heel. Lengthen through the right side, take an inhale breath. As you exhale, start to twist. And then you can either hug, you can hook. Take an inhale, puff the chest up. Lengthen through the spine and the crown of the head. As you exhale, see if you've got some more rotation. Breathe. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, twist you a little bit deeper. And then as you inhale, come back through center. Release that leg. And then finding your way gently onto your back. As you do that, bending both knees, bringing the heels in line with your sit bones, reaching the fingertips towards your heels, pressing the shoulders down, moving the shoulders away from the ears, grounding down into all four corners of your feet. And then on your next breath in, drawing the navel in as you start to lift your hips up into a bridge pose. Keep pressing into the big toes, into the heels, into the little toes. The knees are parallel. You can wiggle the shoulders underneath you and maybe find your hands. Use the fist to press up the thighs, to lift the chest. Keep gazing up. Take another full breath cycle here, tuning in to the inhale and the exhale breaths. Feeling the energetic energy in this back bend. And then releasing the hands, slowly releasing the spine down onto your mat. Taking the right ankle over the left thigh, and then reaching between to grab behind the left hamstring or maybe the left shin. Start to draw the left knee towards you. You can use your right elbow to press the right knee away. Keep flexing the right toes. Keep drawing that left knee in. Feel that stretch in this reclined pigeon. Take another breath. The breath and the heart rate are now hopefully back to normal. Feeling the sensations of these stretches. Releasing this stretch and then crossing the right thigh all the way over the left. Maybe shifting your hips over to your right, taking the arms nice and wide. And then finding a twist as the knees drop over to the left. You might gaze over to your right fingertips, palms up or palms down. Take a nice breath in, fill up the right side body, feel the right rib cage expand. And then allow yourself to soften down towards your mat. As you breathe in, let the knees come back through center. You're going to switch that. You're going to cross the left ankle now over the right thigh. Reach between the legs, grabbing behind the right thigh or the right shin, flexing the left foot, using the left elbow to press the left knee away. Reclined pigeon. Feel the stretch in the left outer hip now. Just breathe into the spaces where you can feel sensation, where there might be a little bit of tightness, where you've worked. And then releasing, Crossing the left thigh all the way over the right, shifting your hips over to the left, arms nice and wide again as the knees drop over to your right. You might gaze over to your left. Take a nice breath in, fill up the left side body. Feel the rib cage expand. As you exhale, allow everything to soften back towards your mat. Your next breath in guides you back through center. Releases the legs and then maybe finds a happy baby as you grab the outside edges of your feet or your big toes or even behind your thighs, flexing the toes, rocking from side to side. If you've got your feet, you might play with lengthening into the legs. Might rock, moving in a way that feels really intuitive, that feels really good for your body, given the work that you've already done. And then releasing the feet, drawing the knees to the chest, drawing the forehead in, making yourself as small as you possibly can. When you're ready, finding your way to a well-deserved Savasana. Extending the legs, allowing the feet to relax. Taking the feet as wide as your mat. Bringing the arms out. Maybe allowing the palms to roll open. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Softening the jaw. Relaxing the tongue away from the top of your mouth. Softening the eyes, maybe closing the eyes. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. And allowing yourself to rest here for 3, 4, 5, however long it feels good for you to reset, recover, get ready for the next part of your day, knowing that you have moved, that you have breathed, finding stillness, allowing the breath to become natural and unhurried, allowing the body to settle.